Hello everybody and welcome to this 29th episode of Rust Game Development, and today we will be doing some UI work and also be working on a few new items. So last week I did a bunch of stuff, and by that I mean, wait, let me open a web page because I forgot. Bring you this browser here, because we can go through together through all of these, which wasn't much because I have too much there. Not this. So I basically worked on the workshops UI, which was, by the way, super horrible. I think UI is just complicated. So in any case, using IMG UI is not too bad, but getting it stuff to work inside the game and changing the systems that are already in the game update is not as easy as you think at first, because this needs to hook into a lot of different things. So I did all of these things, which maybe it would be easier to just run this thing. So this is the workshop, and now we can build a table, build a bed frame and a bench. And for example, we only work on the task at the top, and also we can move a task up. This will become the active task, or we can move the task down. Bench becomes the active one. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, we can move up, move down, up. Oh, actually I have a bug here, I think. Attempt to subtract with overflow. Yeah, anyway. Let's do it again. And I also need to make it cancel the current task. And that's about it for the workshops UI. Oh no, there's another thing, which is getting the is struggling so bad. Just closing up some pages. Alright. I think it should be okay now. Anyway. So also here, when we create a bench, we can repeat this task, or a table. This has no repeat, but this has a repeat, so you can see they update their things. if I don't craft the ingredients, well, for this it makes no sense. So this is actually what I'm struggling with. One of the many tiny bugs. So this has no way of crafting the ingredients anyway, because it's made of logs and you have to actually cut down a tree to get logs. Not sure exactly how move down broke. Is it breaking when there's there's nothing in the... I think this is better like this. Don't complain about... Back to it over. All right. So now the bench should be done first. All right, so yeah, bench, and then we do the bed frame. So this is currently the crafting menu. Craft 2 and you put a number here. Should allow us to craft until we have 4 of these items in the world. So this is what we're gonna do today. And if we have some more time, I'm just gonna add some more items and so on. Okay, maybe tests, but I'm really not in the mood to write tests, and I don't really know how to write good tests for this UI. Because what I would like to happen is to also start SDL and IMGUI in the tests, and I'm not sure that's super possible. Maybe we'll just investigate that, because... Alright, so let's do this craft 2 and make it work. So here in this horrible file we have the craft checkbox, and here we also need the should I call it count? Because we're gonna craft until we reach that count of items. And now we are doing this. Well, actually, so here there's the number. Oops, we need this. This and the count is here, and we will have to take this from the task itself. So here we just select a new task and use task.get craft. And now let's let's move on the task and do this. Okay, what the hell? We can cast it whenever we. Whenever we need to interface with MGUI. This will be 1 by default, and setting this will do nothing by default. And only class that will use it is this one. So let's why is this guy complaining? All right, we're setting it here. We're getting it here. This is about it. Whoops. Actually, this will be an option because it might not exist. If we uncheck that box, this should be set to none, right? So this is how we're gonna do it. Okay. Oops. And not here, but here. We return nothing, and we need to go and adjust this API here. Whatever. And we have our options set and all of that. All right. What else is there to do? First, this. And fixing up this thing, So if, let's see where we have this should repeat here. Apparently it's not used. What? Okay, so here we have the task that should repeat, but these guys, these tasks should repeat until we get to a certain count in the world for those item types. So we first need to have a way to count those items, and then we need to adjust this. Or if we have this, so we go here, and now we just need a way there to count all the items of that type. So how do we know what the task will build? Let's get recipe. Then so if we have a recipe, we should just look at the, what's it, the entity type. And now we count the entities in the world. So let's write it here, and we can move it in a function if it's needed later. So how should we do this? So if we have found it, yeah. Right, so we're starting with 0, we're adding 1 here each time, and then if we have less than what we need, we set that thing to true. Okay. What? Oh yeah, as soon as we compile, we will. We will start the game. And here we just whoops. This is it. And A99 AR. Thanks for the follow. I thought I have the alerts on. Oh, okay. Well, I was faster than this thing. Anyway, thank you for that. Okay, not enough items. Alright, so here are the dwarves. They're fighting some other dwarves. Whatever. They're gonna chop each other out. And let's build a table. These guys are still fighting. Okay, now they're just dismembered here. This guy will go here and build a table. And let's craft until we get to 4 tables. Actually, 3 tables. Oh wait, but this does nothing because we didn't write that code. Actually, you know what? I don't like this being a... Oh yeah, so about the game. let's run it again, and we can. Oh, because this was writing. I think, as we will talk a little bit about the game, for the new, well, we will also change the API for that thing. So this is kind of a dwarf fortress-like game where you have this colony of dwarves and you make them do things. So let's say you put a farm here, or you build a cooking table here, or you build a loom here. This is interesting. This guy is idling. I think we have a bug. Well, that's unfortunate. I think it's because, well, I don't know why. These guys are idling, but anyway, you can create all sorts of items, and then you have these craft workshops where you can craft your various things to keep them alive, basically. So this is about it. I need to figure out what that bug is, but before that, that's an unfortunate bug because I thought I fixed it. I changed a bit how. Would it be because of this? No, because they should have none here. Just give me a second. We need to figure out what that bug is. So, and now we don't need this thing anymore. Okay, so we have this. What we're working on here is trying to get those things to craft until a certain number of items in the world is reached, like maybe 5,000, I don't know, swords or whatever. So I think something around here doesn't really work properly, so we need to figure out what the hell. Problem is, these things don't have a The details. I wonder if I wait. I want to make the UI so I see more details on the game UI for a task. So item AI pending tasks. Oh, they're from workshops, so we can just so now we will have this correctly set up. I think. So we can debug the status of those tasks. Look at this. This is a create item task with now it's waiting for dependencies because we don't have a mattress or a what's it called? Somehow not building anything. Why is that the case? This command. These guys are fighting and it's annoying. Let's not spawn any enemies. created everything, right? And these guys are idling, and let's build a bed here. Waiting for dependencies, as this is 1888. This is unprocessed for some reason. Why is that? So I actually created the task here, but we're not. It's like we're not calling this on it. Let's attach and debug this thing. We're attaching. We are actually calling build dependencies on it, so we should land here. All right, so we have a worker offset. And we have this recipe here. If you see it, it's a bed and it needs two things, a mattress and a bed frame. Right, so we need these two things. Whoops, what? What was that? Oh, wow. If we're not allowed to craft the ingredients, we're skipping this step. Jeez. All right. Good job, me. So basically, yeah, this if statement was wrong here. Find it a bit. Wait. But I had tests for this thing. Well, we got to be distracted by debugging that thing, but now we have. So we can build like two beds at the same time. So that's great. Mm. Interesting. So actually what I wanted to check is, I believe this kind of thing should be, I have tests for this kind of stuff, so did I not run the tests or what the hell happened? We have no item because we have no reserved items. So how can we hold this thing here? And what is our recipe? What are we trying to build? The bed. Wait, what? What's the status of status ready? What? Who sets you to ready? Well, if we look here, we have one item. But that's not enough, is it? And it's not even reserved yet because I see here well, the bed is not ready, so this is for the full thing. So who sets you to ready, my friend? This is an interesting thing happening here. So here's the bed. Okay, the status is waiting for dependencies. this shouldn't happen for you. I want to run the test because I thought I had tests to catch these issues, and if they don't, then it means my tests are kind of useless. So that wouldn't be great. I was also wondering if I can write tests that can initialize SDL, draw something, and use the full game and then deinitialize it for each test. And that might be a pretty cool thing, but I'm not for sure how they work. Do they each run on their own? Ah, I see, failed. Wait, there should be more. Let me put back the bug. Well, there was one here to just build a bed, I think. Actually, no, because first they run this test, and after that, if these pass, they'll run some other tests. So that's what. Now we need to check why this happens. And what was the status of that task? This guy will create the bed frame. Let's create it here, I think. Right, so we fixed the bug, but there is this thing that's still. Oh, how did it fail? Does anybody remember? Okay, let's do another one. Get tasks count equals 0. Okay. First of all, how many are there? I had one task left in the world. See, if I would have SDL here in this test, I would actually observe what's happening in a way simpler way than what I'm about to do now. In this, copy paste this thing here instead of this. I'm gonna do these things and then actually this. Oh my god. I could have just copied the function, I know, but you know, don't care. Good recipe. And crafting task. Okay, so now we can have some visuals when we debug, which took us a while to set up, but now it looks fine. What? It. Well, we can just. Probably have some sort of a task that doesn't get cleaned from its workshop list, but I wonder how that's possible, because so let's see. So Woodsmith still has a task. Wait. I can't view this thing because I don't know what the type is. Okay. What earth? We can do this trickery then. And we'll see what tasks are still in the workbench. There's a thing for a bed in there. Now that we know that, let's go here and disable these things. See what's up. Why doesn't that work? Alright, so let's start with the game post and then we can inspect thing. It's a bit strange because maybe this time is not sufficient anymore, so the 150 ticks to build a bed. Waiting for dependence. There's a bed here. And there's way more. We have a mattress, we have a bed, but this guy refused. Build a plank. So if we build our normal, if we do our normal thing here to build, not a plank, build a bed frame. Even though there is enough planks, he refused the bed frame. Sometimes I wonder why. Wait, how does this work? Crafting task. We have the bed frame here. There's a mattress here. Hey, thanks for the follow, Sir Batman. This is quite interesting, actually. Wait. Well, you know, that's why I would need some sort of a Travis AI or something, because I'm sure, I mean, this test was failing. And here I have a bunch of work done. And I forgot to check the tests, so now I'm kinda paying the price. Go here in the workbench. It never said this to unprocessed. It's strange because the oh yeah, so I think now it will work. This will craft 2 beds. I think when we, well, actually I don't know. I assumed that it is because something gets reset in the task that shouldn't. But this is the first bed. Now it's the second bed. Right. And let's also see if this is causing the test to pass. They do pass. Testing. So why would this? Waiting for dependencies will be set to unprocessed. This will forever remain unprocessed because of it's set to waiting for dependencies, and then then think task processing says that we're extending dependencies, and here the dependencies are updated. But if you're in that state, wait, let me, so basically, right, I think I get it. The thing is, we're Well, actually, we're updating dependencies for tasks here with the done tasks, but we might miss a window. So I think that's what I'm afraid is happening. If that window is missed, then not great. The window could be missed because the workbench doesn't set you to wait for your dependencies. This is kind of a hack, and I'm not super sure this fix would work. So what I'm doing here, I'm not demoting it all the way to unprocessed, I'm demoting it to waiting for dependencies. Well, let's see if this works. Because in this way it shouldn't miss any tick here. However, I'm not super sure this is the correct approach. And the code here does that because I just want the last task to be worked on. It looks like all the tests are passing, so that's good. And I'm not accidentally promoting it to this thing. Oh, whoa. Let's run the game and see. Because I mean, canceling tasks which are in flight is complicated for a few reasons. And they're not, so let me, yeah. They might be already started, so a dwarf might carry something. And if I add here a bed frame, yeah, so I added a bed frame here, right? Somebody is starting work on it, and then I add a table. This is assigned, and now I'm adding this other table, and this is assigned. But the guy who's carrying an item, should he stop? Should I completely cancel that? I think for now they shouldn't stop whatever they were carrying, and I'm just demoting this to the closest thing. And if they are in waiting for dependencies, I'm just gonna check that the reserved items are. So if it has no dependencies, it automatically jumps to ready. Yeah. Looks like a reasonable thing. Alright, so where are we? We should delete some lines here. Oh, okay, wait. We were actually doing this. Craft to whatever. So I want that thing to work. So when we put a number there, it should craft until it reaches the number. Actually, Okay, because I was actually looking here. So craft 2 is this, and then we're writing the count here. So where is the input text? Is a string. That might be changed. So now we need to take this string and say like transform this into an integer. I think I need an actual Rust string here, so it will be like but then this workbench data count is the new this. And now whatever we put in the UI thing, it will be set to the in the task. It's not some, it's okay. What's the name? Want an as string or something. What? Can't I just create one? documentation, and now should be fine. So we're getting the string, we're trying to see if it's an unsigned integer there. If we do have one, we're just gonna set it here, and this one line here should set it in task. What? So we're doing pretty well. Okay. I'm gonna run this, see if it works, run the tests again, maybe write some tests. I'm actually not sure, but for these I think it's easy to add tests. So 4. Oh wait, what? Let's see if it's working. How many tables do we have? We have tables, 3 tables, 4 here. And it stopped at 4. So that thing worked. That's all right. But what it didn't work is when we create a new task. Where is that button? So if this is bigger than 0, we do this thing. And I think we can write some tests for this quite easily. So the craft 2 tests need to, and the repeat are easy to. The checkbox isn't here, so probably this should be set if that's bigger than 1, or it should be always set. Two benches perfectly, and where's that checkbox? So we added a checkbox and we're pretty okay with this. As that thing builds, let us go. In the craft to thing, we allow the ingredients here. Okay. Okay. I don't know if this makes sense from a UI point of view, so should this be checked? Should this be not a checkbox and just a number? I think that would be nicer. And because like what happens if I do this? I have to work on the readability of that UI, but in the meantime, let's just check in what we have. This. Fine. We don't need this, it was just for testing purposes. And all of that. This is also good. And the UI has these things. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of removing that craft to checkbox, but okay, we have a count. We're setting it here if we can have a string. Neat. Checking in this to ensure what hit push, and I can, where is it? We can build this thing. There's no support for this yet in the game, in the sense that probably when you, well, when you create a no, you could probably filter, but I need to think how. Now it only works on entity types, and basically everything has a one entity type, so it should have like subtype entities. Pinewood or just any dog. And canceling is another thing. That needs to happen, and probably tests. I don't forget, but we will add some right now. So go here where we have our tests. Oh, actually, first let's see all our current tests pass, because I've been bored by this before. Forgot about it. And actually this is because I have this, what's it called? This is a private repo, so I can't use Travis private repos without paying, so I think it was quite expensive. See, Where's the pricing? Hey Nikita, how are you? So where is the pricing website? Oh yeah, this. Whoa, what? Or this? Too much for me. So that's why I've skipped it. But now all the tests are passing. 17 there, 5 here, 1 for here, 31 here, and a few errors. This is quite of an annoying warning because, so what do you want me to do? Do this. Yeah, maybe add it in the future. Well, I'll worry about it in the future. Right, so all the tests passed and that's okay. Let's add some new ones. So let's first don't need this. We need the world. Do we need these things actually any these days? Thought I made it such that these special workbenches get always added to a world, but whatever. We need a tiny dwarf. So we're gonna create a bed and what's the plank? Is the plank? Right, we build this, we build that, and we need the this. Yep. So we have all we need. I have a bunch of planks and I want 4 beds to be created. Whoa. And here. I think we should add a new function somewhere, which is hey, yeah, the rest it is. So yep. Okay. Is with this type, and now it's for item component in self. So now item wait, the name of this type I just need to count them because it will simplify these tests here. This would be the bed. Is equal to oh, right. So this is our test now. We should be fine. Forgot a thing there. Alright, so we're doing pretty well now, because this would be one simple test and we can already start working on the next one. So we tested this, and what we need to test now is the, is it called repeat or whatever? I think this should be, well, and oh, of course, of course. I don't know how many turns do you copy paste for the win. And here we need the following. We need a task in the world, so because this O2 failed. We need a task in the world, and what else do we need here? Basically that's it. Let's see. Oh wait, can I do this? Issue about, of course, no results. I use OpenGL directly with SDL, so I have basically my own tiny wrapper here. Graphics. But it's not much, so as you can see, it's just, you can probably see. Can you see? There you go. Like some frame buffer shader, some state stuff, and that's basically it. I don't. I like complicating my life, but not that complicated with Vulkan and so on. So, and I use this. So, for example, here I have like all the dependencies. I use SDL for input and window. This is the UI. OpenGL wrapper. I think this is used for vertex buffer objects and so on. Some images, saving stuff to JSON, and a bunch of other stuff. Wonder why this didn't work. I bet it's something silly. Let's also update it before we return. And start post. Forgot something here, which is all right. So now let's debug this thing. Most likely the world I created. What? I think I have enough planks, but you know, they're all here. This is the dwarf chilling here. This is the smith. I see no beds. Because? Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why. So this task, do we add it to the world anywhere? No. There you go. Incredible. Probably. So I'll think of this is just a bit of sanity tests. I knew it was something simple. Okay, so these are gonna, oh, 4 beds. Cool. Where do we build these things actually? 5. Actually set this as the build location, but it's gonna be ignored anyway, so okay, let's try the tests again. This one for sure. This one for sure will pass, and this. Does it mean we should have no more planks, I wonder? Well, no, because sometimes you're like, you can't build any of these ingredients. Okay, let's just leave those two tests. At least we have something here. Okay. And this starts with post 4. And this is it. We have tests. Oh, and here in the world. I actually can use the same function again because I wrote it, you know, for the other one, for the test, but now we have like neat function in the world to count how many of these things we have. This is it. Good. Good. Now we probably want to add some tests for this workbench work that I did. I wonder, well, I don't want to add tasks directly. Well, I could add actually the test here. Right, because we just need wonder, well, we need some tests here in this file, and then we need some in the like task test file here. That also make sure the world works properly. So in the sense that the tests that we're adding get moved through the world directly in our workbench as we want them. So need the world. So let's be actually I just need one world tick, and now we need to check that we're finding this in world bench components. Right, so it's always gonna be there. All right, so we have two workbenches. We're adding one task. We want it to be executed by this workbench, and we're just gonna assert this thing. Yeah, right in this. Super exciting. Whoops. And also change this to a table, because if it's a bed, actually it can add stuff to the other ones as well. Oh, build repeated failed. What? Oh, we have more than one because we ran out of items. Doesn't he have greater or equal? And this other one, correct workbench, returned true. Nice. And actually, let's double check. Okay. More tests, and we do it. Nothing, right? All right, so pretty cool. We have a bunch of stuff added. The workbench UIs are almost done, except for canceling a task. And that's going to be a bit painful because it requires you to also cancel all the components which have been reserved. Well, actually, if we delete it directly, it should just work. Yeah, let's do that. So, where is the cancel? Is this? So if we press cancel and we have a task, because a task is not, it's just an entity, right? So I don't have word here. Okay, we need to refactor this a little bit, so we're allowed to do this. Because the world is not available in that function, and to have it visible there, we need to following. We can make this return two things, a task to cancel and a new task. So then we can we do this? We can probably do it. So and this function is kind of turning super ugly. So it's gonna return it. Now we need to see if canceling is as easy as it seems. Can't do that. There has to be a way to do this. Google time. I was almost certain you can just have to. Hey, thanks for the follow and video games. Alright, so let's build a bed frame, table, bench, and let's cancel this one. Cancel it. Wait, what? Wait, did I not attach to the thing? Such a benches. Craft a bunch of benches. Cancel this one. Cancel. Right. Where the hell? Oh, yeah, removing. And guess what? It doesn't do anything. Because so we want to remove a task. We remove this, but we should, before we do that, actually I'm not sure a workbench component can be safely removed. Well, workbench. Is it retain? Entity holder and transforms, and we're not reserving them anymore, and then also removing them from a workbench. And if it is a workbench, I think we need to do some stuff in there. Because if it's a workbench and we're removing a task from the workbench, no, we're removing the workbench itself because it caught fire or whatever, then the tasks inside of it need to get deleted from the world first. This is assigned to nobody. Oh, that's pretty neat. These matrices are assigned to nobody as well. Neat. It didn't cancel the dependency tasks, but I guess that's not too bad. So now if I want a bed again, it should just build. Yeah, it builds with whatever we had. And this will be again built with whatever we want. I wonder if for this one we can just hey, hello. Yeah. So this is pretty neat. And we also have these working. We can move up a task in priority. Why is this? Oh, it's fine to be ready. I need to fix up the text, but ready means it doesn't have any dependencies and we can start working on it, but we will start working on it when we're first one in the queue. Now. Alright, so we have a bunch of items. Let's see how building stuff around the world works. Building a loom here. And the cooking table here. Here I would like some cloth shirts. Need to forage some cotton for that. Whoops, that's not cotton. I'm in London now, but I'm originally from Romania. Foraging this too. And this guy grabbed the cotton and is building the thing, the cloth t-shirt. Hey, hello. Oh yeah, so I added a bunch of stuff, like menus. Bane of my existence. But now we can craft baguettes at this menu, and they will be crafted here, this workbench. And I created workbenches that are like not only one square, but they'll be a bit bigger, where you build the item in one place and you put it in another place after it's built, like the ones here, the workshops here. Oh, but we cannot make bread, and this guy has a t-shirt now because we don't have a farm. Create a farm here. It will be at some point, slowly but surely progressing. I need to add more items, more crafting items, and have some sort of a gameplay loop. So there's two main things I want to add before I make this like not yet, but there is a not in my team, but there's plenty in other teams. Firecracker, and there's a bunch of cool projects in Rust. This one, I mean. This is made in Rust, and it's also open source. And now I think Rust is an official language for AWS Lambda. So if you have like a Lambda function, you can actually write it in Rust. But my team, yeah, we're still in C++ right now, plus land. And TypeScript as well, which is actually pretty neat. I like it. So we build the breads, the baguettes. Oh, we don't have cotton. I had to do some scripted stuff, yeah. Wait, where's that guy? Lost the game accidentally. Not too much, because you have types and all of that. And it's in a way similar to this, like Rust, you have let and all of those things. And pretty neat tooling, actually. I really like that. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so now they both have clothes, and let me also test the armor table. Put a stockpile here, and in this mess, they're all dead. I think the iron sword it's impossible to make right now. I mean, you can spawn it, but I don't think it is craftable. Wood chest plate. Wood pants. That's the thing right now. Alright. Yeah, so things are working pretty neatly now. And we fixed a bunch of bugs, and we also... Wait, does digging work? Digging always breaks. They're having wood pans sitting around. Oh yeah, and they do require items. So you see, this guy has a pickaxe here in his hand. So I require for certain jobs for them to have the proper thing. Yeah, I like the performance. I mean, it's, I think, just on par with C++. I had some non-language related performance issues, in the sense that, oh my god, this is so gruesome. Pathfinding used to take quite a long time, but I solved it by making it hierarchical, so that was a pretty neat thing to do. Yeah, so as I was saying, I want to do some sort of a pre-alpha or whatever when I give this to people, so they can play around with it and find problems and so on. But I need more of a game loop for that, so I want just to implement seasons and temperatures for that milestone, as well as a bit of outsiders attacking you. So you see they fought these other dwarves, so I want to make them trolls or whatever, evil creatures, not just the same thing, and they should just come and attack you at certain moments, so you have to build some sort of weapons and defenses. Bumped into my window, which is super. I'm at the 5th floor, but yeah. And temperature, because I wanna implement temperature because I wanna have seasons, and in seasons you get these guys cold, so you need to make them clothes, all sorts of things and so on. So, oh, by the way, where is it? Now you can cook a leg. The best thing ever. Somebody suggested it on stream yesterday, or yes, last week. So that was pretty neat. A roasted leg here gives you what it gives you. 70 food. It's quite a consistent meal. Yeah. So, oh, we created this sword, but what are iron axe? All of these are 2 planks. Come on, man. I need to make some proper recipes as well. So probably I can create this one. But I have no more wood, so I need to put this tree down. Oh, anyway, we did quite a bunch of stuff today. It's progressing nicely. Yeah, this is ready now. But there's all sorts of things, like now they're sleeping on top of each other in this bed, which is alright, but not meant to work like that. Actually, there's 2 beds here. Shouldn't happen. And digging needs to be a bit better than this. I like it so much when they go to get a pickaxe or whatever. Now if you tell them to forage this area, they'll grab this thing, because they have to have the sickle or whatever the name is. Alright, so I think this is it for today. I'm just gonna go something and play some Overwatch or whatever, and see you all. I think I'm gonna do a bit more streaming this week, probably on Thursday. If not, well, I'm gonna update this counter here when I'm done with the stream. If not, it will be the usual Sunday afternoon stream anyway. So thanks all for sticking around, and have a nice what's left of this weekend. Bye.